So let me start with, we have discussed the introduction of delegation, and as well as I have completed the definition of delegation. Okay. So now let us see like how we can go through, how we can get into the concept of elements here. Okay. So elements of delegation are nothing but, first one is authority, second one is responsibility, and third one is accountability. So when they ask you in the exam, write any one element of delegation or something like that, you can just write any one of it: authority, responsibility, accountability. So first let us go for discussing one by one. Okay, that is like authority, responsibility, and as well as accountability. So as we know that delegation is nothing but transfer of authority, transfer of work from the superior person to the subordinate. Why does he go for doing this? Even though he's highly talented and as well as he's highly capable or potential of doing each and every tasks here, he cannot go for doing it on himself. That is on his own. He will not be able to do each and every tasks here. So this becomes one of the important, a very important problem actually. When he's trying to do all the work, he is just omitting important concepts, important tasks. Okay. So to avoid this, what does the superior does here? He goes for transferring certain authority and as well as certain work to the subordinates here. When he starts giving this, when he goes for giving this kind of things, what happens is that they go for doing the job. Subordinates, they start doing the job in a very effective manner, and the superior, he goes for concentrating on the important projects, on the important tasks, he goes for concentrating. So now let us come to know one by one, that is one element, the elements of delegation here, one by one, that is authority. So you might have heard this word very often, that is authority. Authority in sense that like we would have used this word in most of the conversation, in our daily conversation also. Okay, who's having that authority, or else who has given that authority to him, we asked, right? So this is something like a power. Okay, and the guts you give, the power you give to one human being to take a decision. Okay, or else we can put it up in a very formal sentence. It refers to the right of an individual to command his subordinates and to take action. So here, when someone is commanding us, often we think that, who are you to ask me, or else who are you to tell me? But if he is a boss, or else if he is a head of the department, or is head of the entire business activities here, if I'm working under him, he can come and command me. He can go for giving me the order. If that authority is not there for that particular person, and if he comes and tells me to do certain work, no, immediately I will put him one question: who are you to tell me, and why I have to work and give to you? So this is something like the power, the authority, what the organization is giving to one individual employee. It creates lot of things here. What is that? That it goes for giving the power to give the work to the subordinates, and they go for asking each and every subordinate to work in an efficient manner, and they go for having a commanding spirit in sense that not giving any back answer. If I'm asking, if I'm a manager, okay, and if someone is working under me, I just put a instruction to him that within this week you have to complete this work and give it to me. That's it. And no other questions related, or no other queries related to this one will be encouraged by the managers here. So the power, the word what I utter out of my mouth, it is having lot of power here. So that power it is being given by the authoritative thing of the, that is authoritative management. So here the higher level management people, if you take managing director, or else CEO, chief executive, board of directors, all these people are those who are in high level management, top level management. So these people, they go for executing the work for each and every subordinates here. So at once when I go for commanding that every individual of employee who is working under me, he is responsible. He is responsible to obey my word. First thing is that to obey. So I go for commanding, and my subordinate, he goes for obeying my word and doing the work here. And here what happens is that he has to go for doing that work, okay, within the scope of his position, in sense that that is command is subordinate, and to take action, in sense that I have commanded, of course I have authority, I commanded my employee, but there are certain limits. Even I have certain boundary line here. I cannot go out of that, and I cannot go for torturing my employee. Okay. So here what happens is that I go for giving a command. I ask him to do certain work, and my subordinate obeys for that. But I do everything only within that limited power, within the scope of my position. Okay. And this is being established through scalar chain. So, as we are recalling in many concepts, this scalar chain, remember, girls, scalar chain is nothing but where the authority and as well as communication flows in an orderly manner. That is from A, B, C, D, E, F, right? So, here it goes for flowing from authoritative level. Just like that, it will never go for having a clumsy atmosphere. Okay, so here it is in an order, it is a very disciplined procedure where each and every authoritative person who is posted in good designation, they go for following the instruction of the management, and then they go for passing the information here. Okay, so scalar chain, through the scalar chain only this authority arises. Okay, so here that A is having authority over the B, and B is having authority over the C, right? And C is response, C is like we can say he has to listen to the command of the B. B has to listen to the command of A here. Okay, so it we have a very clear vision, we have a very clear concept here. It is very simple, where each and every method, each and every instruction, any project, any tasks, any work, if it is to be done, the manager, not only the manager, whoever might be the superior, okay, it might be a supervisor, it might be a production department manager or marketing department manager, and whoever is working under them, they have to obey for the words of the superiors here. Okay, so authority is nothing but right of an individual. Okay, and it gives command to his subordinates, and it is being established through scalar chain. And little more to be concentrated in this topic itself, in the authority itself. It is having a power, it is having authority to take right decisions. Okay, and to tell people and to tell employees what to do, and expecting them to do it. Again, I'm repeating it. They have the power. Who's having the power? The superiors. Okay, so they have the power, they have the authority to take right decisions, and they see that they go for telling the employees what they have to do it, and expecting them to do it in a right manner. Okay, so we can say that actually this authority level, it flows from top to bottom, not from bottom to top here. So from the top level of scalar chain, from the superior to the subordinates, okay, they go for maintaining this orderly manner. It flows from the top level to the lower level management, and it is absolutely restricted by the laws, rules, and regulations. Okay, so when a manager is given certain power and authority, it doesn't mean that he can dance as he wishes. Okay, so here there are certain restrictions, there are certain legal rules and regulations, they have to follow that, and according to that rules and regulation only, he can go for commanding his subordinates to do the entire job here. Okay, that is one thing. And apart from that, when they go for following this good scalar chain, when they go for following a better authoritative level which flows from top level management to the lower level management, the obedience arises. Okay, the orderly manners they go for arising here. So obedience actually, it gives the directions to the good workforce. Okay, a cultured workforce is created with good directions and with good disciplined manner. Okay, so this is something, authority, it is a power which is given to an individual to take a right decision, and he has the right to command to an individual. It is established through scalar chain, and here the orderly things are created, discipline is created, and it is followed by restricted rules, regulations, and laws here. And the next element of delegation to be discussed is nothing but responsibility. So responsibility is something like, at once when I am, for example, if I am designated in the post of manager, I got the power right now, and I have the authority now. Now, what happens is that, okay, I go for giving one of the job. I delegated one of the job to my assistant. Okay, Mr. X. I have given one job to him, and I'm asking him to complete that task and give it to me. Now, here what happens is that at once when I gave one job to my assistant, he grabbed that opportunity and he started to do that job very effectively here. Now, what happens? The burden comes upon his shoulder. Okay, what kind of burden? That is nothing but assigned duties has to be performed in a very good manner. Okay, that is like performance. Whatever the performance my assistant is going to give, he gets the responsibility to perform that in a very efficient manner. Okay, only then I will go for giving one more opportunity to him. Only then I will be giving an increment to him, and then I can go for giving a good recognition to him in the organization. So all these things are something like responsibility becomes an obligation of a subordinate. It is not an obligation of a superior. A point to be noted, girls. Okay, just like that, don't go for mugging up, or else just hearing one thing and just dropping it out. Just understand the concept very clearly here. Okay, so this is something like, you get a clear, you get a clarity here. What kind of clarity you're getting here? When I am given certain work from my top level management, I get that responsibility automatically. Okay, so now we can say something like, if you take the school administration or its college administration. Okay, when a principal, when she goes for believing each and every staff over here, and they go for allotting certain subjects, okay, and they give the entire work in your hand. Now what happens is that we become responsible for each and every subject. Okay, and under us nearly 200 to 500 students. Okay, they are believing in our teaching, so we become so responsible that we really feel that so many children's future is there in our hands here. So that fear and as well as that responsibility, it makes me to work more and more. It makes me to give the perfect performance in the front of eyes of my principal. So here what happens is that even in the organization, when a manager is giving certain task to the subordinate he feels so responsible to accomplish the assigned duty in a very effective manner. And this actually, it there are few concepts to be considered here. Previously I told you one thing. Could you remember what is that? I told you that uh, authority is something where from upwards, sorry, it flows from downwards. Okay, that is from superior to the subordinate. Okay, that is from top level to the lower level, it goes down. Okay, so downward concept is there in case of authority. In case of responsibility, what it is, it goes on upward. Okay, here the responsibility, it exactly goes on upward in sense that subordinate to superior. Okay, superior, he gives certain tasks to the subordinate. Now who's having that responsibility? Subordinate is having the responsibility. Okay, because okay, my manager has told me to complete the task and give within a day or else within 3 days, so he gets that responsibility in a right manner. Okay, so he goes for submitting that, he goes for giving that performance towards the superior, so it flows upwards. I told you authority, it flows downwards, and responsibility, it goes upwards. Okay, and here, like employee, at once when he is given certain responsibility here, they have to be given even certain authority to perform that responsibility. Again, I'm repeating, I'll explain it to you now clearly. That is, when I'm giving some work to my subordinate, and if I'm not giving him any power, and if I'm not giving him any authority, definitely he cannot go for doing that work in a very effective manner. So we have to give certain authority, not entire authority, certain authority, so that the candidates are good enough, okay, to perform the activity with the responsibility in a very efficient manner. Okay. And here you have to balance it up. What kind of balance you have to go for doing here? That is, you have to give responsibility. If the authority is granted more than the responsibility, suppose you are giving more authority, okay, and responsibility is less, they what they will do is that they will misuse the authority. They will take the entire power and they will dominate their subordinates, and it will go for creating lot of issues. Okay, so that has to be avoided completely. And if you go for giving more responsibility, then the authority, that is responsibility is more and authority is less here, then what happens? You feel so tired of doing the job repetitively. You get stressed up, you get frustrated, and you just get dumped only with the work, and you will be so confused which one to complete first and how to take this responsibility. All such things will be going on further. So responsibility and as well as authority both has to be balanced in a right way. Only then the candidate will give the good performance and he will be responsible to complete the assigned duties here. Okay, so I hope so. My voice is breaking. Could you hear me, girls? Please respond to me. Could you hear me? Respond to me. Okay, so accountability is completed, authority is completed, and now let us get into the third concept. Third concept, accountability. Okay, so this is the last concept of this session, not of the chapter, session. Okay, you have one more in delegation itself. You have importance, decentralization. Last concept is there. Okay, so accountability is the third delegation which arises in case of delegation here. What do you mean by accountability? Accountability is very simple. It is something like delegation of authority undoubtedly empowers an employee to act for his superior, but the superior would still be accountable for the outcome. So I'll put it up in a very simple illustration. I'm giving you some work to you. Okay, I am the manager and I'm believing, I'm trusting you that you are going to accomplish that task and give. Okay. Now, when I am giving you certain when I am giving you certain work to you and I want you to complete that and give it to me. Now, even for me, one boss will be there, right? He would have asked me to do certain job, right? Okay. So even for me, there is someone who's guiding me, who's commanding me, and who's asking me to do the other job. So one boss is there for me. Okay. So here, even though certain work, when I'm giving it to the subordinate to accomplish and give it to me, but still I am responsible for that particular work. Okay, so here I can say that you are a sales executive. Okay, when you are a sales executive, I am giving you certain work to you. What I'm telling that within this week I want you to sell at least 200 unit of products at any cost. Okay, now this is the pressure for me from my managing director, from my manager. He has told me that at any cost within this week I have to see a profit. I should sell the products and I should increase the profit and give that report to my manager. So with that pressure, what did I do? I delegated my work to sales executive, my subordinate. Okay. So what kind of delegation I've done here? I am asking you to, as a sales executive, I am asking you to sell the products within this week, 200 unit of product, and is I'm asking you to report it to me. You give that account to me that you have sold that 200 unit of products here. At once when you start doing this, no, what happens is that at once you complete, okay, the work what I've given to the subordinate, whether he completes that work or else whether he is not completing the work, actually who's accountable here? I am accountable. Okay, I am going to report that to my manager and I become so responsible to take care of the entire activity, whatever I have been delegated to my subordinate. So, delegation of authority, it is something like it empowers an employee to act for his superior, but the superior would still be accountable for the outcome. That is, whatever the work you are doing, my assistant is doing, but still I am going to take the credit. I am going to be accountable. If you are not doing that job, I have to, I should go for speaking to my manager. I, on behalf of you, whatever the mistake you're doing, I'm going to stand in front of my manager and I'm going to respond to that. Okay. So accountability is something where reporting whatever the work I'm giving it to you, I take a feedback. Okay. I really check whether you have completed that work or not. When I come to know that you have not completed that, I go for instructing you again, and I become so accountable to my manager. If you're completing it, again I become accountable to my manager. So the performance, when I feel, when I'm checking the performance of a subordinate, and when I feel that performance is so satisfactory by taking the feedback, it goes in a right way actually. Okay, so it is actually exclusively enforced with only one concept, that is feedback. They go for taking a proper feedback from each and every subordinate, whatever the work is being designed out or whether it is being given to the concerned person here. Okay, so this is about the concept of elements of delegation goods. So that is just a glance, and then I will make a comparison. I will teach you the comparison between all the three. So, authority, right of an individual to command his subordinates and to take action within the scope of position. Responsibility, obligation of the subordinate. Okay, not superior. At once, when the work is given to the subordinate, she feels responsible, okay, to do that task. Accountable, even though when I go for giving certain work to my assistant, whether he completes or not, still I am accountable. I have to report